Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Armando Quintero, and I'm the director of the California State Park System, and it is an absolute honor to be here with all of you. And I'll begin with this. Hauka. Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome, everyone. It is my honor to welcome you to the grand opening of Iipay, Tipai, Kumeyaay, Niihepok, which is the land of the first people. It's an extraordinary exhibit that's a gift from many people, and many people who none of us will ever meet. Today, we're not just transforming the former Caltrans building that used to sit right where we are. We're expanding the footprint of the old town San Diego State Historic Park to the historic alignment of the San Diego River. And most importantly, what we're doing is honoring the culture of the Kumeyaay nation and their enduring relationship with the San Diego River, which flowed near what is now known today as Old Town San Diego. The public gathering area was all developed in collaboration with the Kumeyaay nation and the community that's used for use by all Californians. This actually represents 20 years of visioning and planning, and Iipay, Tipai, Kumeyaay, Niihepok, the land of the first people, is really an honor for all of us to be here together today. And today we welcome a number of speakers to honor the Kumeyaay nation and the work of many people. And first, I would like to invite tribal elders, Mr. Kenny Meza from the Jamul Indian Village and Kumeyaay Nation, and Dr. Stan Rodriguez from the Iipay Nation of Santa Isabel for the Kumeyaay blessing. So is Dr. Stan Rodriguez joining us? Hard of hearing. This is all yours right here.
Hauka. Pimayip New Yahan Biwa. Say hello. Glad to see you all here to join us for this ceremony. They asked me to do the blessing, and for me it's an honor to be asked to do it for the honor of the blessings. It's a real honor for us, for my people. From the Jamul Indian Village. We're about 25 miles from here. We used to live down here too, my people. My ancestors lived down here. This is Kumeyaay country. I want to welcome each and every one of you to Kumeyaay country. Nyawat pitan nyawai. Nyakur Kumeyaay pitan yip tan new. Kwamai kwat nyu nyawai. Kwamai kwat pilchan. Pit kanap. Ikhanda manu. Puyupt manu. Pit manyawai taman pama panyawai pim tamanyawai. Taso pinyawai. Kumi so. Nyad Hikhan Kuipao New Cham Khami Khasik Puyway Manak Pascamio Soch Hikhan Kanap Puyup Tanway Napum Yamit Kayipia Yamit Kuman Nayip Napum Yawad Lipish Chod Quaint Pit Nam Yinakap Nanam the Pit Pin Puyway Quacho Nuai, Kumeyaay, Kunimit, Pinuai, Ikhando, Kwama Quacho Nuai, Ikhande Way, Puyuptis, Puyo Knap, Puyup Nakanap, Pinyat Kanap, Nip Manuai, Hakwat, Pilhami, Iipay, Iipay, Pinuai, Pitanu, Imat, Ikhando Sai. Ikhan Pitanyawai, Pil Yamanam, but Pio, Yuap, Yakurumi Pil, Ayipmer. My mum nam ma, Pinuai, you wood and why. Not Kwamai quite show, Puyup Danu, Ikhan, Humi, you pil my yip, Kwamai quite show my yip, Kumeyaay kay mshaw kay manaman wa mayip ikhan dem wa. Ni war matu ni mas ikhan pi jakwa khandas ikhan. Kumeyaay kay ikhandas.
Okay, Iipay ma Tipai cham. Stamwin na chuhin ya makupay wiskonan. It's an honor for me to be here, standing next to my Kushumayo Kumeyaay, my elder, Kenny Mesa. I am not an elder. I am only 21 times 3. But in San Isabel, have to be 70 to be an elder. So, yeah, I'm 21. You know, years are kind of rough sometimes, but I would like to say a few words too. Amaya khaen pau, pili penya mat kamich piyi. Nyawait pam, the air cha nyip mat yukhan, nyip mat kwakhan. Khamer, mayum Tipai kuslawanya, nyawait piyi. Nya pom nya wait wuyu. Nya echa. Nya kwakhme. Nya echa mukenyu we. Nya yecha helikui. E mai kha pesho. Nya echa matao maat. Nya echa yekhan. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask Dr. Harry Paul Cuero, Jr., who is a lead singer with the Campo band of Kumeyaay Indians, and Chairman John Christman, who's a lead singer with the Viejas band of Kumeyaay Indian band of Indians. And they're going to perform the bird songs of the Kumeyaay Nation. Thank you, everyone. Yahun. So we now have a few honored speakers, and the first person that I'd like to ask to the podium is Senator Pro Tem Toni Atkins. She's been one of the champions of this project. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Director Quintero, so much. What an incredible gathering of community. I almost feel like we should stop all the words now. The important part has happened. The blessing has been given. It is a day of celebration, and I want to say we are surrounded by tribal leaders, elected representatives of sovereign nations, and a few of us from elected office here in California. I want to acknowledge a couple of folks quickly. I see our former Senator Denise Morano Ducheney. Thank you, Denise, for being here. You and Al, longtime friends of this community. I saw Congresswoman Susan Davis in the crowd, and of course you'll be hearing from former Senator Kehoe momentarily. But this is a day of celebration. After decades of work together, we're standing in a transformed space that honors the first people who lived here. Old Town is considered the birthplace of modern-day California and a site that is rich with cultural history and tradition dating back many centuries. What many don't know is that this is also the original route of the San Diego, or what we call the San Diego River, which was integral to the daily lives of the Kumeyaay Indians who lived in this region. The importance of this day in this location cannot be understated. The project has long been a dream of the families of the people who lived here, who are with us today, the community of Old Town, and the city of San Diego. So thanks to all of the years of collaboration between state parks, our state legislature, 18 tribes, the Old Town Working Group, the land of the first people park is now a reality. I remember standing, it's good to clap for that. A lot of work went into this. I remember standing with quite a few of you on this spot in September of 2018 with the former Caltrans building behind us over here as we prepared to demolish and begin the work on this park. Now we're witnessing the culmination of a shared vision for a reimagined space. We owe a special thanks to former State Senator Christine Kehoe, who will speak momentarily. You know, Chris, I have to say, when I look at the generations of people here today and hear the blessing, the stewardship of making sure this came to be from the state legislature was a responsibility passed on to me from Senator Kehoe before she retired. Senator, thank you for having the vision to make sure that this was an important part of our legacy here in San Diego. And I can't thank Christine Kehoe without acknowledging one of our hardest workers, a public servant, her staff member, my staff member, Deanna Spain, who worked with so many of the groups and the sovereign tribes to make sure that we were honoring that vision of so many of you. This is a lasting gift to those of us who come here, both tourists and locals, so we can learn about Kumeyaay ancestral lands in an area that we now call San Diego and the San Diego River. Through interpretive tours in English, Spanish, and coming soon in Kumeyaay language, the signage you'll notice along the pathways that does contain the Kumeyaay interpretations, which is really wonderful to see. I hope people had a chance to look at it. If not, I know that you will come back. So I want to commend everyone that played a role in this park. We certainly couldn't have been here without the collaboration of state parks. Thank you, Director, again, for being here with us in San Diego for this important moment. Certainly to the Governor's Office, the State Resources Agency, and Caltrans. I'm going to highlight Senator John Laird, who is now a senator, but former Secretary of Natural Resources. When we hit a snag, I called him. At the local level, the City of San Diego, the Old Town Community Planning Committee, the Old Town San Diego Chamber of Commerce, the Presidio Park Committee, Save Our Heritage Organization, and certainly the San Diego River Conservancy. I've long seen our tribal nations as friends and true partners engaged in meaningful collaboration based on respect for individual and sovereign rights. And I'm excited to share with you that the first California Native American Legislative Caucus was just formed this year at the state of California with the goal to promote equity and to increase representation. I saw a few young people out here dancing to the bird song and the prayer. I hope that representation, not just in your own council as sovereign leaders, but maybe at the state, will be in your future. So history shows us a path forward to a more inclusive future, and I am grateful to all the partners who helped us get here today. Thank you.
Senator Christine Kehoe, thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Director. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here on this gorgeous day, and thank you for inviting me to attend. I feel very included. Speaking of elders, it was a long time ago when this got started, so I really thank you for remembering me and including me today. We're here to celebrate an important and significant new inclusion of the history of the land of the first people here in Old Town State Park. And I'm thrilled with the way it's turned out. By coincidence, I have to tell you, I had lunch across the street last week with 5 friends, women I've known for 30 years, all San Diegans, not out-of-town visitors. And one saw the park as we walked out and said, hey, I want to go over there. What's going on? They were bowled over. They were bowled over. They loved the setting, the history, the sky map, and the bas-relief that shows our wetlands over there on the low wall, and the landscaping. And I'm hoping they wanted to know more about the Kumeyaay experience. And I'm hoping that that's exactly what will happen on this spot over and over again as thousands of visitors come through the park every year. I was very glad to be a small part of how this got started. I want to add my voice to Senator Atkins and thank, the dozens and dozens, perhaps hundreds of people that worked on this in the state agencies, parks, and Caltrans, all the Old Town advocates, historians, environmentalists, conservationists, artisans. You see their fine work, incredible. I am grateful to each and every one of them. And to the Kumeyaay people and the elders, thank you for sharing your stories, for making what is going to be conveyed to the public here the authentic story, and for sharing your resources to make sure this park got built properly. And to Senator Tony Atkins, you got it across the finish line, Tony. That's the important part. After years of effort, you kept the ball moving forward. We know it's not easy to do in a big, many big agencies. Not the whole state government, in part, was involved. And finally, I want to add my special thanks to Deanna Spain, who worked in my office as it got started and stayed all the way, and now works for Senator Atkins right up to today. So she's the kind of staff person that irons out all the little wrinkles behind the scenes. Most of us aren't aware of what she's doing, but it keeps things moving. So Tony, thank you again for making sure all this happened. And to all the people that are here today to celebrate, I am very glad to be a part of it. Thanks.
And it's now my pleasure to invite Chairwoman Angela Elliott Santos with the Manzanite Band of the Kumeyaay people.
Hauka in Chile. Nyaj Angela Elliott Santos. Nyaj Leroy J. Elliott and Judy Kennedy Elliott Pachai. Nyaj Naukatun Kuman. My name is Angela Elliott Santos, and I'm from Manzanita. I'm the proud daughter of Leroy J. Elliott and Judy Kennedy Elliott. I'm the tribal chairwoman for the Manzanita Band. I want to thank my Ha for my ancestors, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, because without their strength and resilience, I would not be here today. I would like to ask you all to take a moment of silence for all of our ancestors who endured so much pain throughout our history. Thank you. My people had lived and thrived in this area since time immemorial. Sometimes when I come here, I try to imagine what it was like before, to picture their lives in this area of abundant resources and beauty. But my thoughts always turn to the time of change for them, the time of enslavement and even death. You see it in scary movies and you think it can't really happen, but it already has. A group of humans conquered, their lives changed forever. Humans being dehumanized over their difference by other human beings. The trauma of these thoughts about what my ancestors endured always sends a panic through my soul. This panic drives me to create a different reality for our future. For many years, the brutality of what happened to the indigenous peoples of this country has been swept under the rug. We have been portrayed as savages that needed to be rescued, less than human, starving, without laws or religion. These teachings are absolutely not true. These teachings need to be counteracted with the truth. The opening of this park is proof that times are changing. This park depicts our past in a good way. It brings to light our humanity. It helps others understand our connection to this land that is our mother and sustains us. This park tells the world that even though we have had a devastating past, we are still here and we are thriving again. It is proof that the leaders of today also want to create a different reality for the future. They want to create a future where all are included and have the ability to share their stories. It took many years to get here, and the help of many people were needed. I want to thank former Senator Christine Kehoe and Senate President Tony Atkins for their outstanding leadership in helping us move forward with this project. Thank you to all from state parks who sat through many hours of meetings with us and helped us bring our dreams to a reality. Thank you to the San Diego River Conservancy for helping and for your help and for the inclusion of our people. Thank you to the Kumeyaay Land Conservancy Working Group for your dedication and perseverance. We look forward to many more collaborations in the future. It was beautiful to see the people singing and dancing in this park today and to know that the stories of our people are going to be told. To see our people dancing here again and to know that our ancestors are smiling and you can feel them here with us today. It makes my heart feel good to stand here today in this beautiful park. Yehan.
I'd like to welcome Mr. David Toller, who is with the San Pascal Band of Mission Indians and the Kumeyaay Land Conservancy.
Okay, good to see everybody. Angela said it well. She said so much. She took the words out of my mouth, so I'm going to be leaving now. No, to be able to come and have the singers sing these traditional songs, and the dancers, you ladies did great. I know our ancestors would be very proud, and I have a feeling that the sounds of the songs are still in the wind. We'd be very, very, very proud of that. As we find ourselves today on the edge of the village of Kasoy, and the San Diego River was right over on this side, our ancestors today would have a fire. We'd be barbecuing. We'd have venison. We'd have rabbit. We'd have all kind of seafood, along with real sea salt. Now today, we decide to start a fire. You're going to have sirens. You're going to have the fire trucks from the San Diego City Fire Department on our butts. So what would we do? I was thinking, what the hell do you do in a case like this? Excuse the expression, from the res, is that we would say, "Where's Todd? Where's Todd?" You know, and so we would call the mayor's office, and he'd pick up. "What's going on down there?" "Well, we're thinking about having a barbecue." "Barbecue? Let me pick some beer up and I'll be right down." So that's where we're at today. And also today, representing one of the speakers here for the Kumeyaay Degeno Land Conservancy, and we had this great relationship working with state parks. It was real endeavor, and then we also realized that there was others before us, you know, and you've heard the speakers with Tony and Christine. They're the ones who had the vision, and they put it together. They used their political clout, and they were able to come to us. They were able to come to the Kumeyaay Degeno Land Conservancy, and we've had working relationships with the state parks before, so we weren't newcomers in this, and it was a great relationship. We used to meet in the McCoy House, and this went on. But we're very, very, very proud to be able to work with this. The Kumeyaay Degeno Land Conservancy is made up of most of the Kumeyaay bands here in San Diego County. And we serve at the pleasure of our business committee, which is our tribal council. So thank you guys, I think all of us. And not so sure, you know, where we would go from here. The lady said it really so well. I just know that there's a vibration here. I mean, to bring all these people together and to be able to speak and hear the detail of how this came about. So I want to thank you guys, and I'm going to pass it to the Honorable Johnny Eagle Spit Elliott, Tipai Kumeyaay from the Manzanite Band of Indians.
Hauka. All right. It's good to hear the language spoken here again today. I'm John Eagle Spirit Elliott. I'm from the Manzanite tribe, and I'm also the chair of the Kumeyaay Degeno Land Conservancy, and I want to welcome you all here today. This is where our people lived. They died, they had families, they cried, they were happy. And we're glad today, this momentous occasion, that our people are welcomed here again. Like was mentioned, you can feel them on the wind. We can feel them in our hearts. And I ask the Creator to bless our hearts, to bless our families. This was a big project. And there, like everybody said, there was a lot of people who contributed their stories, their knowledge, that's been passed down. That's what we do. We pass down what's important. And I want to thank all of you, the singers, the dancers, the elders, because without that, we wouldn't have something to say here today. Our people could have been wiped out, but the resilience of our ancestors proved that this is our land, that the river is life-giving to our people, and we honor that today. I want to thank the tribal leaders for their vision. I want to thank Christine Kehoe and Tony Adkins for being advocates for being our allies. I want to thank all of our allies. I want to thank the state parks and the staff of the Southern Service Center. If you would all please wave or stand up. Without these people, we wouldn't be here today. I also want to recognize the KDLC working group. If you would all stand up. All of these people, they spent hours and hours across the table, and now we have something to celebrate. So we come from a long, great history of speeches, but today I'm going to just kind of cut it off. We have a beautiful day. Enjoy the park. The Creator has blessed us, so thank you all.
I am not going to repeat any of the thank yous. I think our previous speakers spoke eloquently and thoroughly of all the people who contributed to this project. Thank you all for your powerful blessings, songs, and words today. Your time, energy, and knowledge to this project, I believe, is also being honored. Let me see. I'm going to skip the thanks that I was going to mention because they've been done. And I'll close with this. I believe that experiencing parks can offer a reflection for each of us about the importance of this land that we call home. Every one of you is a part of the California story. We are thankful that a more complete story is now being shared here in Old Town San Diego. This park exists today because of the many hearts, minds, and hands that have come together, not only to illuminate the past, but to shine light on the present, present living cultures of a people who have lived here for a millennia. Today, we all stand together in a much larger landscape that holds evidence of many previous generations of humans, cultures, and languages. We are here as the descendants of many, and we, I believe, are working to be good ancestors to the future generations, to make sure that these stories will not be lost to the past, but will be carried forward as seeds of knowledge to inform the spirits of the people and the cultures of the future. Iye ahan. A friend here just told me that that phrase in Kumeyaay literally translates to "my heart is full and there is no pain in my chest." Gracias a todos. Thank you all very much and have a great afternoon.